The roof here at David and Tamma Rinderknecht's house at 713 Delmar Circle in West Melbourne. I made a bunch of notes up on the roof. I want to start going over that information right now. David and Tamma called me out here to inspect the roof. They know they have damage. They don't know if it's from the hail or just from high winds. I think I found a good combination of both. I feel like I should preface all this by saying I'm not with the insurance company. I'm with Florida Native Roofing. I'm only here to conclusively prove that there is either hail or wind damage. And then it's up to the insurance company to mark every dot and find everything like that. So I think we're off to a good start. I have a bunch of reminder arrows. The first one's to talk about the drip edge. So with your new roof, we're going to replace the drip edge. Obviously it should probably be white with the new roof. The other one here is I can't express how important it is to do this part correctly. Where the water comes off of here like a waterfall, it always gets up underneath, and so it's so important to have this done correctly the first time and make sure that water doesn't get underneath by replacing the flashing, doing it correctly. This big spot here, right, you can see where there's literally no granules left on the roof. I would have to say I give your roof very high marks for the age that it is. It is still in very good condition, but you are losing a lot of granules. The important thing about the granules is that in every sense of the word, the granules are the sunblock for your house. So when you lose the granules, all the protective chemicals in the asphalt shingles begin to leach out, and then the shingles become extraordinarily brittle, literally like saltine crackers. They literally start to fall apart in your hands. So when you combine that fact with high winds or hail, it really just starts to obliterate the shingles rather quickly. Let's get up on the roof. So we have a nice textbook impact mark right here. X's are for lift up. I'll talk more about that in a second. You have some wind related damage, something come flying across the roof. Another impact mark there. Circles are impacts, X's are lift up. Okay, well let's talk about the lift up. So the lift up, when you lose this bond, the adhesive from the back of the shingle to the roof itself, it just keeps flopping around. When you combine that fact with what I said about the brittleness, these guys literally just start to break off. You can forget about hurricane force winds. Anything remotely close to a tropical storm, your shingles are going to start flying off. David did a patch on the back that I'll show you. Kind of speaks to that point. I noticed right here, hopefully you can see that, it's really soft. Something really important about what we do when we redo your roof is we're going to inspect every inch of this plywood and we're going to replace what's needed. I'll talk more about that in the back. Another spot there. Let's go this way. Hopefully you can see that how soft that is there. Pretty indicative of the valleys. Things start to get soft. Damage marks there. You have the pull solar here. Just have to call the company and hopefully it's under warranty, or they have a program like they all do to gently take it down, store it, let us put the new roof on, and then they'll put it back. Or I would say 50% of the customers ask us to remove and dispose of, depending on your experience or whether it's working or not with the pull. Impact. Nice circular impact there. Here's David. Did a very good job with the patch. This blew off in the last high winds that they had, from what David told me. Lift up. More damage you can see coming across the roof. So here's a better example about the lift up. Usually it's in a diagonal zipper like pattern. Okay, the problem with this is it's not going to sit back down. Water gets in around the nails. Nails are all rusted out, gets in through the, it's probably felt paper, 2003, definitely felt paper underneath, and then water starts getting inside the wood and getting into the attic. So that's definitely the reason why we have to get this roof replaced. We'll talk about that in a second. Pretty much same here. They had a few panels knocked out recently that had been replaced. Damage. This side was pretty well protected. Okay, so the blue lines there, you have this teeny tiny little ridge vent. I feel like it should be longer. Let this roof breathe more. So we're gonna install a vent there, potentially there as well, and make this as long as possible. And that's gonna allow more fresh air to come in It's going to hopefully cool the attic down some more. And then lastly, this is always a good sign of what kind of damage has occurred. So you can see the pock marks on the vent there. So I think we've done a pretty good job conveying that there's some amount of hail damage, but really it's more about sustained winds. Let's talk real quick about how we're going to do your roof for you. Forgive my example here. Obviously it's metal, but it's really not the top layer that's so important. It's all the layers that are underneath. So if you would imagine this with me, we're going to remove all the shingles, get down to the bare plywood roof. Anything remotely bad, like we talked about, there, and really whatever else we find, we're going to replace, and we don't charge extra for it. Well, at least you get 100 square feet of plywood with your roof replacement. Very rarely, if ever, do we have to charge for plywood. The next point is very important. We're going to re-nail your roof according to new code. Essentially, that just says place a new nail every 6 inches. Well, we go every 4 to 5 inches. So we're going to double, triple the number of nails holding your plywood to your trusses. Double, triple the number of nails. And then we're going to install what's called waterproof barrier. Every inch of this roof is going to be covered with a very sticky rubberized material. In the event that your neighbor's fence or the pool enclosure ends up on top of your brand new roof, even when it does damage your new shingles, it's not going to allow water inside the house because of the waterproof barrier. And then we're going to put your brand new 30-year shingles on top of that. I jokingly tell our customers that you can pick whatever color you want, but you literally have no say in the manufacturer. We only use Certainty Landmark Series shingles. It's the best, heaviest shingle out there for the same price as the other ones. So I'll just keep this brief and then get down and talk more with David and Tamma. Thanks.